So take me back to the group thing. At what point does Grav decide that this isn't working and he's going solo?
It wasn't so much about me deciding something wasn't working. I think it was just a collective. His style was very different than what my style was. And Rob is the one that put us together. A man from Connecticut. He's the one that put us together. He thought it would be a good idea. He said, yo, I got somebody who rap and this. I think y'all would be a dope group. Because when I was just freestyling all the time. And then so he was like, yo, I think y'all would be a dope group. Man, we put some songs together that were really good in the whole nine. But I just think that maybe our styles and our walk in general was just different. And I honestly, it happened organically where I don't even remember. I don't remember how it went from a group to the group not existing. I don't think we got into it or nothing, or nothing like that. I think it might have just been a mutual agreement or something like that, because we talk to this day like there's no bad blood or nothing.
Right.
Like there's no incident that happened that created, you know what I mean, a problem or something like that. So right. I think it was just a thing, and then, you know, we just kept it moving, you know what I mean? And that ball, you know, I just kept that ball rolling, you know what I mean? I just kept that ball. I saw a lane and I just expounded on the lane. Because there's some cats that knew me that didn't even know I could get busy. Even Grapevine, like even the cats didn't know I could get busy as hard as I could until I would go back home, and then we would have ciphers at the crib, you know, like my crib growing up was the crib everybody came to. Everybody hung out at my crib, you know. And, you know, they come through, we be having ciphers in the whole nine. They'd be like, yo, you know what I mean? So, I just lost train. What was the original question?
Just at what point did you decide?
The breakup. Right. Yeah, so I don't know. It just was the solo thing happened organically. The solo thing kind of happened organically, I think. And I just kept on moving.
At what point did the demo come into play? Did you record a demo? What labels did you shop to?
No demo. No demo. I didn't do a demo. The way I got a deal was Andy C was in LA shopping for a production deal. And to shop for that production deal, he had several songs that he had done. And one of the songs, you know, he had Come On and he had Snakebite, I think, as two of the joints. And the label was like, yo, who is that? You know, and then he called me up and was like, I was still in college. I was still in school. He was like, yo, you know, some folks out here want to sign you. They want to fly you out here, this, that, and the other. So I flew out to LA. This dude, Correct, was owned by this dude, Ian Hunt, who is, I believe, lineage of Hunt's Catch-Up. I'm pretty positive. And then Don Schneider, who, Correct was a subsidiary of Grindstone Entertainment. The same Grindstone Entertainment that you see in the movies when you see Grindstone. And so I talked to Donnie not that long ago, and I didn't even put it together until we was on the phone. I didn't even know who he was. My guy put him on the phone with me. And he was like, yo, it was Donnie. I was like, yo, what you been up to? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yo, you know, I'm doing movies, you know, da, da, da. But it's Grindstone. So, so anyway, Andy went out there and that whole situation happened. I flew out there. We had a meeting, you know, and the rest was kind of history. It was a decent look for me. You know, I didn't know no better anyway. But the deal wasn't bad. It wasn't no big money deal. But I mean, shit, I'm in college. You know, I'm in school. I'm out here by myself type flick and the whole nine. So, right. You know, it worked out. And then after I got the deal, that's when the whole Kanye thing happened. Because actually, let me back up. Pre-deal, I was making noise on the scene, you know what I mean? And plus, you know, I was already doing commercials before I had a record deal. I was doing voiceovers for radio and TV. That's something I've done a long time that nobody really some people know, but a lot of people don't know. I've been doing it since before I had a record deal. And so, but at the time, I was helping No ID write his album. No ID and Common got a record deal at the same time from Relativity. But Relativity wasn't sweating D to get done because he was producing, but it was coming up to the end of his deal and he had to get the album done. So I was helping him, he reached out to me, I was helping him write that album, and in the midst of that, I got the deal. So the Andy thing happened in the midst of me working with No ID. And then I was going to this Fuji concert, and this kid runs up to me and is like, yo, your name is Gravity, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, I heard you just got a record deal. I make beats, my name is Kanye. If you could just come listen to these beats in my car, man, it'd be dope. And I was like, bet. But I was going to the show, so when it came out, he was still there. It was him. Shayla G was there. I don't know if you know who Shayla G is. Mm-hmm. She cold. I don't know why she don't be getting no props. She from here. She cold-blooded. I went to the car. He popped the tape in. Bruh, the beats was banging. The beat that really caught my attention was the beat for Keep Moving. I move rounds like retail, make sure shit like that track. I was like, yo, this dude is butter.
Now, previous to him running up on you, have you ever heard of Kanye?
No, I hadn't heard of him. That's why he approached me like that. Yo, you know, your name is Gravity, right? Blah, 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 blah. So then he gives me the beat tape. Boom. I go to No IDs to get back. You know, I'm still helping work with him. And I'm like, yo, you heard of this kid named Kanye? And he like, oh, man. He like, yo, this kid is a pest, man. He like, yo, he be bugging me, trying to get me to teach him how to, you know, produce this, that, and the other. And I was like, yo, my man. I was like, I don't know about all that, but listen to this shit, you know. And I think I don't know if I had his demo and the beat tape. I think I had his demo and the beat tape. I still have a beat tape from '97 from Kanye, an original beat tape from him, not a copy.
Right.
And so it's got demo songs on there too. But I put that tape in there, and No ID whole Flav switched up. He was like, yo, we gotta get him on the phone right now. You know, so I called up Ye from his house and put Dion on the phone with him. And then the rest is, it's crazy when I talk about it, think about it, because that's how the whole world is where it's at right now, from that moment right there, bro.
Right.
That's some wild shit to think about. You know, and I be, you know, like I said, I don't even, because my mind is, I'm moving and shaking, but that's how everything started, right there, B, for real. And somebody will tell you whatever else they want to tell you. I'm telling you, that's how that shit started, right there. Right. And from there, Dion and Peter Kane start managing Ye. And that's when, because I know at the time, his mother was trying to have him do the school thing. And she was like, I give you a year to do this music thing. And that's why he was so adamant about like, yo, you know, I want you to this, that, and the other. And then, you know, I had wrote him a check from the label. I mean, it wasn't much money now, but back then we was all young, shit. It was like $8,000 or $8,800 or something like that. And then that's the check that his mother wrote about in her book. It was like, you know, after he got that check, I was like, okay, you could do music. And then, you know, he moved to New York after that. And got it rolling. And I know they was jerking him at first too, because I remember going into a session with him and the syndicate, and he was like, man, I think this is when he was with Derek Angeletti, and he was like, man, Grav, they jerking me, they, you know, they ain't paying me my money right, they're not giving me my credit. But I'll never forget, he was like, man, but it's all right. He's like, I'm gonna just keep making beats, and one day I'm gonna be the best producer in the world. I swear, dude. And I was like, yeah, I believe you, bro. I was like, and you ain't gonna owe nobody for it. I was like, cause you talented like that. Sure enough, man, that shit happened. But he was paying some dues, you know. He was paying some dues, man. But that's how that whole situation went down. That's how that whole situation went down.